Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with some more multiplayer racing. For this session, we are using some B-Class cars, all fitted with V6 engines. Now, they could start off with V6s, or like mine, they could be swapped into it, and my car is very silly. I mean, it's really, really dumb. So, I have a 240SX with the engine from a Nissan GT-R, which means I have 542 horsepower, which is a lot, in a rear-wheel drive car on its standard tyres. I mean, the theory is this is going to be, once I can get the power down, it's going to be very quick in a straight line. The problem is it's going to be terrible handling. Now, my hope, it's not a great hope, but my hope is that I have very big tyres. They're 345 on the back because of the wide body kit, and I don't know, 285s on the front. And as much aero as I could possibly get on it is going to be enough to get by, and then I can use superior straight line speed. The issue I've got, of course, is trying to access said straight line speed, because, well, I mean, this circuit here is never going to be great for me. We're into twisty sections. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fairly common occurrence, is going to be us just slipping back, and then, I mean, hopefully us blasting up. But it doesn't really feel, I mean, so this is supposed to be very, very quick in theory in a straight line. It just doesn't really feel all that fast. I think the problem is that, and as you can see there, we just struggle to put the power down. We'll run away from the Ferrari, and we're going very quickly towards a Corrado. But then all I can do is really spook the Corrado a little bit into turn one, because I can't actually hold that line, and then we've got to wait, and then hopefully get on the power. Here we go, here we go. Now the big V6 can spool up, hopefully, as we climb up the hill and go chasing off after the cars ahead again, and then we're going to have to hit the braking zone. It's going to be like that for a little bit, and then we're going to have to be very annoying and block a Dino or whatever it might be that's behind us. Oh, there is the Dino, and there's an Audi also having a little bit of a look. Look, I've got absolutely no grip through here compared to everyone else. Now, maybe I should have made this all-wheel drive rather than go on weight reduction. Might have been a way to go with this. Oh, it's going to kick and want to go a little bit sideways. Goodbye. And off we go again. It's so bad to drive. Honestly, it's awful to drive. But it's mildly entertaining to boot it and hope. I actually forgot the Dino was a V6. That's not a terrible... I say it's not a terrible shout. I mean, it's stuck behind the wall of Nissan. Oh, hello, Audi. And then we can kind of use our straight line speed here. I mean, there's not really enough of it. There's not enough of it. This circuit, you can sometimes the more power cars can work a bit around here. It's not normally great for them. They can work a little bit around here. I just not got the steering for that. Although, yes, fight. Everybody else, have your own squabbles. No, I'm going to understeer my way through there. And the second we're out of position, we are in trouble. Oh, well, the Audi missed a checkpoint. How is the trophy truck handling better than we are? I mean, I'm hoping we're going to outrun it in a straight line, but honestly, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't. No, there we go. Or Baja truck, I should say. We will go flying back past that. Unfortunately for us now, we have kind of lost out in all of this. I mean, it's been a fun race if we've, oh god, only really gone backwards, essentially. See, the Baja truck doesn't want to go around the outside, which is understandable. Can we get on the power? I'm trying desperately to get on that power. Up the hill we go. Back past the Toyota Baja we head. Back past the Ferrari we head. Now time to annoy a Dino. Oh, well, yeah, we probably squeezed it a little bit. I mean, I knew how to get across in front of it. It wanted to move across. We were kind of clear, but it was a little bit cheeky what we tried. Yeah. Well, if we hadn't, we maybe might have been able to just annoy a Toyota for another lap. Yeah, it's not worked, it's safe to say. As funny as it is to be able to suddenly put your foot down and do this, it hasn't really worked in the grand scheme of things. A 350 can try the long way around here. It may work, See, honestly, this section here is not too bad for me. Oh, did Leopard miss a checkpoint? I think they may have done. I think possibly. Yep, looks like they did. Yeah, so we're not too bad through that first section. It's just this end section of the lap is so bad for us. We're just going to be so slow. There is absolutely no grip in this whatsoever. We will try and park it on the apex as best we can through here. Where is... I mean, the 350... It has a shot at doing this in the final corner. I've got to just not leave any space for it. It's going to look the long way around. That's to be expected. Here comes the Audi. Oh, the Audi missed a checkpoint as well. Oh, God. Didn't need that. And while we got... But we didn't realise the Audi was somehow back there as well. So we were busy doing our own thing against the Nissan. Had there not been another car there, I might have been able to get that turned and dealt with the Nissan. But it's just so difficult to put the power down there. It's terrible. I mean, it's funny, but it is absolutely terrible. And there we go. Yeah. Always going to be a track we probably struggled on a bit more. Hopefully, there will be better places for us. We are off to the Arch Circuit for our next race. Probably a better track for me. Would have preferred to have started at the front on this one, to be honest. It's not going to be easy. There is some quick sections to this track. The difficulty I'm going to have is it's carrying the speed. So the final corner all the way down to turn 1 and 2 and 3 and all that bit is fast if we can somehow get our vehicle through these corners. I mean, you can see us shoot off the line, and this is all very well and good. Right, this is all very well and good, and it's helpful to have this level of speed, but we are likely to disappear down the order through this section. I mean, we might be able to do a very annoying thing and be super ultra wide as the wing on the back of this car, and basically make it difficult to pass. It's not easy getting a pass done through this mid-sector. It's actually quite dangerous in places. Don't miss a checkpoint, because that would be a surefire way to ruin a good thing. And then we can carry as much speed as I dare through here, which is not much. We'll be vulnerable through this double right-hander, but after this we should be good for a little bit. We should be able to get a little bit of a breather, basically. You can have a look. Oh, bloody hell. Well, I mean... I appreciate we are trying to be the world's widest Nissan. But yeah, that's the last thing we need. And then we can use our car's forte. And all of this ground is going to go a little bit through turn 1, probably. God, it's so understeery through turn 1. It's still going to be a decent size of a gap. So they're basically, what's not going to help me is we are going to create a very big train of cars back there. We're going to create a very big, angry train of cars that are all going to be fighting amongst themselves and all fighting to try and get past a very silly Nissan. Now, if we can get this section right, which we sort of do, we're going to hopefully have the acceleration down here to just make a little bit more of a gap. It's going to slide about a fair bit. I mean, front end doesn't turn, the back end doesn't grip. It's essentially the worst of both worlds, but it is mighty quick when you unleash the power down here, and that's 2 for 2 in being bumped through that corner. Now, I'm not going to be flat through that. I mean, I've got no answer to the top 2, right? All we are doing is just fending off for third at this point. Right, we cannot be flat through turn 1. They're not even close to being flat through turn 1. But we make a huge gap, which they then all have to catch back up. I mean, they probably catch back up most of it through here, if I'm being honest. Third gear is my friend. We will use that. We spin the wheels like mad. It's what I've got to work with at this point, right? I haven't got anything else. Now, fourth gear. Maybe fourth gear's good. Fourth gear, third gear. That should work through here. We've got the power and torque to get away with it. They will be right behind again, but they can't pass through this section easily. Don't go sideways. Those tracks are probably from me. Hello, Dino. I'm going to annoy the crap out of you. Oh, you may get me here. Oh, they've gone either side of me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm honestly not all that fast. It means I won't get bumped through there. And then we can put the foot down. And unfortunately, well, we get a little bit held up through the final corner. Not able to quite go as fast as I wanted to through that section. And we will go soaring our way towards turn number 1. And we will move ourselves back to third. This is where it gets dangerous for us. We are a lot more vulnerable than we have been in previous laps, because we haven't had that gap that we have had before, and we will be bumped out of third. I know it's not intentional. It is very frustrating, because my car is complete opposite to everything else I'm racing against. I'm having to brake way earlier than just about everybody else. And it is an easy mistake to make to not realise just how early I'm having to brake. I'm not brake checking cars, I just genuinely have to stop very early if I'm going to have even a hope of getting this vehicle slowed down. But it's just something that has happened more on this circuit. I mean, it's just that the vast difference in grip, essentially, that my car has got to these other ones around it. It is, I mean, every lap we've been booted through a number of corners. We are going to get to the inside of the Corrado, and I'm going to return the favour through there. It's going to be fourth. I mean, we held on to third for a while. It was only a matter of time. I mean, it wasn't really a very quick car. It was just a very annoying car, is what that is. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any answer for the top cars. Naturally, it was very much a game of cling on. Utilise our straight line speed and make it annoying in the corners. I mean, it's better there. It's better there. I mean, it's not great, but hey, it held on to the podium for a while. That's the goal. Can I somehow drag that terrible thing onto the podium? For our next race, we head to the Garden Circuit, a track that I love, but it is not going to be good for me. No. This die's going to be really bad. Yeah. I mean, this vehicle, this is a good example. When I do these, I often build, a fairly conservative car. I tend to build vehicles in a roughly similar way, mostly to build a vehicle that I like. A vehicle that I like driving. And I see plenty of people comment, why don't I build more cars like this? And this is the reason why I don't build cars like this very often. Because while you might have a good road, this is probably not the best, of the power monsters, this is probably not the best way to go about it, essentially. But you build a car like this, you might work at a couple of races, possibly, and even then that's dubious. And then for the other races, you're terrible and nowhere. And for the camera car, well, that's a problem. If we have a race where we are absolutely nowhere the entire time, that is going to be an issue. Now, I am just going to annoy everybody, because we are going to not turn, not really stop, and then out-accelerate everything. So we're back to, can I annoy everybody with a very silly Nissan? Off we go. The answer to that question is probably, I don't have any grip. Again, this is not me trying to brake check, this is the genuine limitations of this car. This is all you can get out of it. And then we can get a little bit of acceleration and we can run away. And then it's very early on the brakes down here, and I can't turn in, and then the back end doesn't want to stick either. Where is that massive Toyota? It's going to be around somewhere. There it is. Thankfully, massive Toyota. Could you, if at all possible, slow down the rest of the horde? That would be great news. Slow down the horde, and between me and the Toyota, we could probably be really annoying, because the Toyota's very difficult to pass, and it's not bad accelerating, and then I'm very fast accelerating. So yeah, we're going to be very annoying to I think the Cyclone and the GNX have got stuck in this, and I mean, they have all deposed the Toyota. Oh crap! I mean, yeah, we out-accelerate though. I mean, they're much more sensible options of vehicle, really, for this one. They've got more grip, and while I will be faster than them in a straight line, they can actually use their power better. Whoop, we are making a roadblock. Go on, Toyota, get back involved. I missed the rear gunner that was a Baja truck. I need my Baja truck rear gunner. No one close enough as a prize. I was fully expecting a car to go up the inside there. Now the Cyclone is going to have a look, and then we're going to annoy it. Oh, maybe we're going to annoy it, because we're going to... Well, I've got to get turned in at some point, because I've got not a huge amount of grip through there. Oh, it's just too... I mean, the Cyclone's got all-wheel drive traction on its side. Well, the Buick ends up here. Look, you're going to go around the outside of the 240SX. I mean, you can try it, and I will try not to put you in the wall, but you have got to bear in mind how difficult this thing is to drive. And it is an unfortunate side effect that might end up occurring. And the RS4 is having a bad day. We're not having a bad day per se, it's just having one of those races where every time it gets passed, it gets immediately repassed by the acceleration of the Nissan, and it's just stuck. I might be in trouble now, it's quite close heading into turn 1, which is why I'm trying to cover the inside, and then I get a mile of understeer, and the Baja is having a look to get involved here. And that might be me done. I mean, we held on for as long as we could in this very silly fight. Can I go around the outside of the Toyota? I mean, that's risky. GNX is going to have a look. Oh, it's going to go around the outside of us this time. I think this time it might stick. We have slipped down to 10th. We fought as valiantly as we could, and honestly, I don't think there was much more we could have done. If I could have, well, I mean, if I parked it all the way on the apex through turn 1, maybe. But the problem, even if I had parked it all the way on the exit through turn 1, we'd have been so slow to do that. Someone would have gone around the outside of us, I think. But yeah, there we go. That is, well, that I think, as far as prospects go for me, barring any mistakes from the cars ahead. Because yeah, we can defend and we can be annoying, but forward progress is just simply not happening. Well, if the Toyota gets held up by the Buick, maybe we could punch past it down a straight somewhere. But it's not looking likely. It's not being held up enough. I mean, we've just got absolutely no grip. The front end doesn't turn in, the back end doesn't stick. And while the couple of short acceleration zones we do absolutely fly down, we have to be right there, basically, to be able to do it. Oh well, again, this has very much been a backwards battle. I mean, it's been vaguely fun, but it has been a rather backwards battle through the field here for our 240. We tried as much as we could have done, but even the Baja truck handles better than we do. So there you go. We head through the final corners, and unless anyone misses a checkpoint, don't throw that at me. I've got enough problems as it is. Yeah, unless anyone misses a checkpoint, it's going to be a 10th for us, and we're going to smack the wall. Yeah, it's just a battle of try desperately to cling on for as long as possible. It's a very silly car, and funnily enough, there it didn't work. That was always going to be pain. It was always going to be pain. I mean, I hoped for a little bit more. You could tell from the lap times how much pain we are suffering on that one, and how much pain we were inflicting on everyone else when they just couldn't get past us. Oh dear. We are off to the Emerald Circuit for our next race. This is not a bad spot on the grid for me. The 240SX might work here. The Cyclone is towards the back. Unfortunately, one of the GNXs is at the front. Okay, so there are a couple of very twisty parts to this lap in front of the hotel and the kind of final corner complex. They're very, very twisty. Now, we will be absolutely awful there, but the rest of the lap we will be quite fast. I also turned launch control on in between rounds to see if it helped me get off the line a bit. Honestly, it helps with first gear, but the second you get to... This is still spinning its wheels by the time you get to second gear. So I'm not sure it's all that useful, but I gave it a go. Oh god, that's a corner now. There are corners that I now have to brake for that I am not used to having to brake for in anything, to be honest, especially not in B class. Oh, let's yell. And yeah, that is the frustrating bit, is that, yeah, we're always going to suck through that part. Oh, and we're going to go very sideways down the hill, and we're going to go very sideways. It's just, I don't think even this circuit is going to have enough straights for us. Now, I don't think we can catch the top lot necessarily. I don't know. I mean, you're going to see how slow some of these cars are at a straight line in comparison to us. We will go absolutely breezing past, but then this is a real corner for me, and it will not be for them. So as frustrating as it is for me in some stuff, I am also very annoying to them, you know, with my car being essentially just the polar opposite. Can we be... it's a bit better through there this time around. You can see how much the Nissan is struggling, though. That should barely be a corner in a B-Class car normally, and here it really is a big problem. The Ferrari with a big dive. A clean dive, though. That one got the move completed. We will then hopefully accelerate away. I think they're still going to be fast enough that there is nothing that we can really do about them. We've got the other GNX and Cyclone are going to come and join the fun. I mean, they'll come flying past probably at some point in the not too distant future. Can I get the Dino before turn 1? Or actually, technically turn 3. Nope, not quite. Yeah, we just lose. As fun an idea as it is, we just lose so much time in the corners, and like ridiculously huge amounts of time in the corners that there's just not, we're not able to make it up, and we're not able to use our power all that well through a lot of this. Now we have got no traffic this time, so we can make our way through here as however we like, but then as I try and jump on the power, they are going to be on the throttle a lot sooner and using more of their power. I can't even go flat down that part. Cyclone is going to go to the outside. That's fine. You can try that one. You may go for a duck underneath. I'm hoping if we can get on the power, this is going to be a battle over fourth pretty much. I don't know what way the Cyclone is going. See, that's the issue. The Cyclone's not that much slower than us in a straight line, yet is all-wheel drive and has way more grip in the corners than we do. So yeah, well, I don't know, a bit too soon through there. I don't quite know how on earth we're going to be able to do much with this. I mean, it's going to be a try and cling on for the remainder of this lap. Again, I mean, we're better here. Of course, we're always going to be. We are able to use our vehicle's strengths a little bit more. We're going to have to be ultra defensive in the final corner if we want this fourth place, mind you. Come on, Nissan, find some grip or traction or both, preferably both. Wayyyyyy. They are, I mean, they're just going to have the grip to go around the outside of me, I think. We're going to kind of send it in as aggressively as we can. We know there's going to be someone to where we got... Sorry, Cyclone. We got a little bump from the GNX right there that put us across in front. But yeah, I mean... It's better. It's not matching the other GNX. It's not matching the Corrado around there. It's a little bit more competitive in terms of lap time. The RS4 did miss a checkpoint as well. That would have been further up. It's something, but yeah. Oh, it's just a very wide, annoying roadblock. Is basically what I have built with a lot of acceleration. We head onto our final race. We are at the festival circuit where now everyone has decided to drive my car. Well, this is going to be a mess. But so much for finding out how it was actually going to do sensibly. Awesome. Well, everyone can struggle with the understeery boat. In theory, I should have the most experience of everybody with a horrific understeery boat, but it doesn't really do. I was hoping to, but never mind. We shall see. Yeah, it doesn't stop, it doesn't turn, it's very fast in a straight line, and that's kind of... Well, it stays very fast, it's right. I was hoping for a little bit more... I don't know, it's a B-class car at the end of the day, and while it is fairly stupidly built, it's not as stupid as it could be. There is still some attempts at having it be, you know, actually usable and everything. We will hopefully dive to the inside, and again, this is all about trying to minimise wheel spin. Although the problem I've got is that we actually had a really good run off of the bridge, and then we got compromised. We're going to get compromised again. Oh, through there. Come on, put that power down. Right, we are heading towards, so the final, not quite final corner actually, sorry, penultimate corner here. We can get to the inside of Leopard here, I think, and make this stick. We do. Right, okay, that'll beat us up into a 6th place. For the back of the grid, not too disappointed. All things considered, really. This corner here is going to be an absolute nightmare with this car. It is going to just want to do a drift tap on the wall, as everybody did pretty much. Everyone did exactly the same thing on their way past that one. We'll really get it stopped into the first corner. Well, and we are going to go very sideways through there. That's fine. Now, we can just, again, it's all about stopping the damn thing from sliding. It's very easy to be a little too eager on the throttle. And if you can be neat and tidy like that, I will say thank you very much. That will move me up into a 5th position. Right. Around the hairpin we go. Josh is getting some oversteer. Pers has got a big twitch as well. We will make the most of our opportunity here to jump ourselves up into our A position. All depends on where that car ahead of us goes. Oh, we get a little slide. I mean, everyone's getting a little slides. I think we've got off that corner a little bit better. That will do nicely. It's now a 3rd place for us in this. Don't get on the throttle yet. Wait. Now we can go. We are very close to the wall. Everyone clonked it on the way behind us, although they're at 4 wide further back, which is probably not a great idea in this one. Slow the terrible thing down. I mean, moves to sliding it. There's going to be an element, like, as much as I'm saying I don't want to be sliding it, and sliding it you will lose a little bit of time, it's almost unavoidable. You've got so much power and so little grip in with the back end, even with the I think it's 325s or 345s at the rear. Even with those size tyres, these standard tyres are just not built to deal with 540 odd horsepower, so it's just, it desperately, all it wants to do is light up the rear tyres the whole way round. And we will get off the hairpin quite nicely. We're making maybe a little bit of a gap. I do worry that it's going to just descend into, we all sit at these kind of safe distances. I mean, I know how fast Noobster and Pebble are in front. It's always going to be very difficult for me to catch them in all of this. And with the start we had, even if by some miracle we were managing to do like a 1/10 of a second a lap faster, it's never going to be enough. And I think we're all quite similar. I think they're probably go about a 1/10 of a second a lap faster than me at the moment. You can see they're struggling to get the cars turned in for this first corner. Come on, 200, 240 SX I should say. So I've probably called this a 200 BX at some point because I've played so much Beam lately. That 200 bit just in my brain instinctively is wired to go to a 200 BX. I do apologise if I have called it that. I feel like I probably have without even really noticing. We will get off the bridge nicely. Little bit wide on the exit, a little bit wider than I would have liked really. We've got one more lap to go after this. Missed the braking slightly. I was going to go for a slightly different line there. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late. I'm going to go for like a late apex, try to get a good run down the next straight, but it was a little too late on the brake, so I didn't actually ever get to the apex. We just ran wide. I mean, we have basically got to this. Everyone is equidistant. No one is really able to do much at the moment. I've beans the final corner. Well, we may have an interesting battle for the podium at the end with that little mistake. Yeah, just the wrong line into the final corner, and that is all it takes. I was trying to push that little bit too hard, perhaps. Should have maybe settled for 3rd rather than going crazy, but rather than overdriving the car. So now we may have some company, although Pers with a big slide. I mean, we've seen a lot of them around here. Onto the bridge we head for the last time. Come on, Nissan, get that power down. Yeah, is it going to be close enough for a dive in the hairpin? I mean, it would be a very big risk to have a dive into the hairpin with these cars that are just, they're so difficult to get stopped. Well, it is there. It is alongside. Will it be close enough to have a look through this corner? I'm going to go with a yes, it might. We're going to go for get the power down on the exit. It's going to be side by side towards the final corner here. Now, can we do this on the outside line? They did not fancy it. Pers backed out of it on the way in. I mean, it's understand with these cars being so difficult to drive, it would be such a difficult pass to try and get right on the inside line without firing a car into a wall. It's onto the podium yet. Silly error from not a very good final sort of lap from me. Yeah, it's not quite fast enough with with my own car. Yeah, we kind of kept a bit equidistant. Unfortunately, wanted to see what it would have done there against the other cars. I mean, single make races are always fun, but yeah, not with that piece of crap, basically. I mean, well, we got on the podium. It's something. It shows what. It shows why I build cars the way that I build them. You can build vehicles like these, and this one's not the best built one. It is very, very difficult to drive. But the truth is, a lot of the time, they don't work everywhere. You're too likely to have just a completely terrible car that's not really worth racing. It was an interesting experience. It was funny to blast past stuff in a straight line. However, ultimately, not very good. Probably annoyed a lot of people as well. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.